Okay, we're going to do a really brief introduction on how we use Canvas in this class. When you guys first log into Canvas and you select My Class, this is probably what you're going to see. This is what we call a syllabus page. The syllabus page just basically describes a little bit about how the class works, what it looks like, what sort of things you'll be doing in it, and sort of it plans out your day for you. So toward the bottom of that screen, you'll see a sort of a calendar and a plan for what we're going to do. But you guys can also see right here, oops, sorry. You guys can also see basically the way that we study the world and what that looks like to us. So these are our 6 big units of the school year. So we'll talk about those as we get moving here. But before we even get there, I really want to talk to you about how it is that we use Canvas in this class. Your whole world in this class really is centered around this one right here, modules. Modules is basically all of our units. So we're going to do an introductory module called Learning to Use Canvas, which you may have already gotten started on at this point. And this video is actually located in this folder. But modules is where you're going to get access to everything you need in order to be successful in social studies. So all the information you get will come from what's called a page. So this arrow right here points to a page about Intro to Canvas, and you're watching this video from this page. And each thing that you do that's related to that will be located below it in a quiz or in an assignment or something to that effect that you will do in order to get points for what you've learned. This will go all the way down into the intro unit, and then if we went way down to the end of the school year, our last thing that we do for the Southwest Pacific or Oceania actually exists within modules as well. So each of those things will either come from a content page, which is this little icon right here, or a quiz, or later on you'll see a little circle dot like that quiz one, but it'll have an A in it for assignments. But this is really where we're going to live within Canvas. So if you just heard that bell, that wasn't from your actual class. That was from me recording this video. But that's really the center of your world. So for example, when you click that content page, it says Meet Mr. Kennedy. There'll be a little bit of information, usually some text, and a lot of times you'll also have a video that goes along with that. Normally they'll be a little bit better labeled, but this is pretty obvious and it's a shorter content page. After you guys check out a content page, usually there'll be a quiz or an assignment or something to do with that. Sometimes it's a in-class discussion the next day, sometimes it's an activity, sometimes it'll be a project. But in this instance, after you watch the intro video, for me, you're going to take a quiz about that video. So that'll be located there. Normally at the bottom, there's like a start button, and so in this instance it says take the quiz. So Canvas has a great quiz platform. It's pretty simple. You guys will understand it pretty easily. There's a couple different question types. Like this is a true or false question, and then below that there is a multiple choice question. You guys will use that, but I want you to remember that one of my 5 big rules for this school year was to. Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is if you are not feeling successful. So remember, one of the 5 rules that I talked to you guys about in the classroom was expecting success. So if you're not quite getting there, if you're having a problem reaching that, one thing I want you guys to do is consider a goal. And one that I've set for you guys for the whole school year is having a goal of 80% on all quizzes, tests, assignments, anything. All right, so our goal is to be a B or higher on everything. If you're not reaching that, I want you to come see me. But as part of that, I want you guys to understand what the steps are in order to go back and reach that 80% goal after you guys have started. So there are 5 re's that I want you guys to know about. So reteaching is one. If it's something that I taught the whole class, we can go back and I can reteach it to you. If there's something else, if it's something that you just missed, if you weren't here or didn't quite understand it on a day, I might send you back to one of those content pages that we just talked about, and I might send you to review the material. Okay, so that's the next thing. Finally, I might ask you to go back and write down a couple thoughts on that, and that would be called a reflection. So if I have you do a reflection, I want you to write a little bit about what you learned or what you thought that's different than what you used to think or what you thought as you went into an assignment or a test. And then finally, I might have you either retake it if it was a quiz or I might have you rewrite it if it was a writing assignment. So you can go back and revise what you had done previously. But these are the steps that we're going to use on Canvas in order to be successful.